still going.
Now we are going to start soon just so that the 5 leaves. But I honestly, big
At this time, I ask that you please remain standing as Sophie Farr, the Vice President of the Class of 2025, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by our senior choir members, led by Aaron Schilling, who will perform our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You can sit. I know, I pulled a trick one on you when you were all sitting. Before I begin my remarks tonight, I would like to recognize that the flowers on the stage are in memory of Brenna Zettergren. Brenna passed in 2012 and would have been a member of the class of 2025. We honor her memory tonight. Good evening, families, friends, faculty, and most importantly, the class of 2025. Tonight is a full circle moment for all of you, and honestly for me too. Some of you I've known for 9 of your 13 years in school as your principal. From Corn to Memorial to Coggin-Chog, I have had the privilege of walking this journey with you. I've watched you grow, learn, stumble, and stand back up again and again. You'll always hold a piece of my heart. Not long ago, I may have made what could be considered a questionable choice. I asked some of you at the senior picnic what you remembered most about elementary school when I was your principal. And let's just say the answers were humbling. Apparently, your most vivid memory was that I was scary. I like to think of it as having high expectations. But sure, we'll go with scary for tonight. What surprised me most, though, was what you didn't say. Not one of you mentioned being shuffled between buildings when Corn closed, or learning in the portables, or being on opposite schedules from your friends. You didn't mention the disruptions or the inconveniences. You remembered the people. That speaks volumes. Because here's what I want you to carry with you. It's not about what you know or what you think you know. That will shift and evolve. What truly matters is how you make people feel. That's what sticks. That's what defines character. That's what will guide your relationships, your leadership, and the legacy you leave behind. Hopefully, I have modeled this for you. So be kind, Be brave, lead with empathy, pay attention to the person who's struggling, and offer your voice when it matters the most. If you do that, I promise you'll leave a lasting mark far beyond the walls of Coggins Regional High School. You've already made us so proud. I cannot wait to see what you do next. Thank you for letting me be part of your story for 9 years, or even if it was just one. Congratulations, class of 2025. I will be cheering you on, always. At this time, I would like to introduce Liam Fitzpatrick, the president of the senior class, to present his welcoming remarks.
I got this. Thank you, Ms. Stone, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening. Dr. Charles, Chairwoman Dahlheimer, Mrs. Stone, Mrs. Trainer, members of the Board of Education, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2025. Tonight, I'm honored to welcome you to the Coggins Regional High School graduation ceremony for the class of 2025. We've waited for this night, and now that it's here, it feels surreal. The caps, gowns, cameras, everything we pictured, yet somehow still unreal. But this moment, this celebration is ours. And before we rush into what's next, I just want to thank you all for being here to share it with us. Graduation marks the end of a chapter, but tonight isn't just about endings. It's about honoring the journey that got us here. It started in the cafeterias of Brewster and John Lyman, and obviously Lyman was better since myself, the co-salutatorian, and the valedictorian all came from there. Boo all you want, doesn't change facts. It then wound through awkward middle school days and unexpected detours that finally landed us here. With parking passes, prom photos, and 1,000 of inside jokes that only make sense to us, though I'll try to explain a few anyway. Some like our post-game ritual, because what's a Coggins win without a late-night convoy to McDonald's? Or the unexpected fierce pickleball matches at the pickleball courts, where friendships were tested and grudges formed over close line calls. And of course, we can't forget the endless assemblies, especially the one where the kid with the USC shirt got kicked out before we even got into the main part of the assembly. Don't worry, he's okay, you probably heard him. But Kendrick Moore just needed to use him as an example. But the memory lives rent-free in all of our minds. These are more than just funny stories. They're the glue that holds us together. Because somewhere between the laughter, the late nights, and the chaotic mornings, we became more than just classmates. We became a family. To the families in the crowd, thank you for being our foundation. For every ride, every how did it go after you knew we bombed a test, and every time you reminded us gently, sometimes not, that we're capable of more than we believed. We carry your belief in us every step of the way. To the teachers and staff, thank you for seeing us not just as students, but as people. You challenged us when we needed a push and supported us when we didn't have the words to ask for help. You gave us room to grow and the courage to try. And to my fellow classmates, do you guys remember freshman year when everyone tried so hard to blend in? Same clothes, same jokes, same awkward head nods in the hallway. And now look at us. We figured out that the best thing we can be is ourselves. So if I can leave you with one thing, don't waste your time fitting someone else's mold. The people who matter most will love you for who you are, not for how well you play along. Be bold, be real, be you. It's the only way to rise into whatever comes next and still feel like ourselves. So before the speeches begin and the tassels turn, I invite you to take a breath, look around, soak it in. The faces, the cameras, the feeling that we are standing on the edge of something new. The truth of it is that these moments are the last that we will share. Walking the halls, sharing classes, and hearing our names read together. And that's the hardest part. Not the moving on, but the letting go. But even as the sun sets on this chapter, a part of it stays with us, in the memories, in the people we've become, and in the quiet comfort of knowing that we didn't just pass through high school, we lived it, fully, deeply, and together. But before I sit down, I just want to go off script to say thank you to my closest friends, Silas, Will, Skylar, Ethan, Jack, Aiden, Luke, Tyler, Liam, Thomas, Michael, and Matt. Thank you guys for the laughs, hangouts, and every moment you reminded me who I am. You made high school feel like home. I'll never forget the memories we made or the way you showed up for me even when I didn't ask. If there's one thing I hope you take with you, it's this. Don't be afraid of what's next. Don't let the unknown scare you, let it invite you. Embrace it like a warm hug. Trust that what's ahead is full of new chances, new light, and new beginnings. You've got everything it takes. I'll miss our time together more than I can say. But I can't wait to see all of the amazing things you do beyond here. And to my family, especially my mom and my dad, thank you for loving me through everything, for the sacrifices I didn't always see, the encouragement I didn't always appreciate, and the steady love you always gave. I know I didn't say it enough or make things easy, but I hope you know that I carry your love with me everywhere I go. I wouldn't be standing here without you, and I'll never forget what you've given me. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. But thank you. I'm done. Okay. Love you guys too. With that, thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the class of 2025. Congratulations to you all, and good luck, graduates.
Next, Estella Perez, the treasurer for the class of 2025, will be presenting the class gift.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Estella Perez, and I'm the treasurer for the class of 2025. Over the past few weeks, our class council members have discussed a variety of ideas for our class gift, and eventually we decided on how we'd like to represent our class in this campus for years to come. So on behalf of the graduating class, the class council, and the school, I'm proud to announce our class gift. We are purchasing a new school sign to replace and update the one that currently welcomes you to Coggins Regional High School. We will be working with Torsen to create a new sign surrounded with flowers and lighting to make it a more vibrant and welcoming entrance to our campus. We'd also like to donate any remaining funds from the project to the CRHS Scholarship Fund for next year's senior class. I'd like to thank the families and teachers who supported our fundraisers over the past 4 years. Your generosity has made it possible for our class to enjoy many events that we'll always remember. And lastly, I wish the best of luck to my classmates and all their future endeavors, wherever life may take you. Thank you.
Next, 8 of our seniors will share their reflections on their time in RSD 13 and their achievements while attending Coggins Regional High School. That was your cue. We practiced that.
Academics. Coggins mission is to graduate students prepared for the world by committing to high academic standards and meaningful, innovative learning opportunities. In many ways, the graduating class of 2025 has taken full advantage of our opportunities and surpassed these standards. In the realm of academics, we have 24 seniors who have graduated with a GPA of 4.0 or greater and are graduating with honors and distinction this evening. Represented in the senior class tonight, we also have 25 seniors who are members of our National Honor Society, 25 seniors who are members of our Spanish Honor Society, and 13 seniors who are members of our French Honor Society. "57% of our seniors have earned 3 or more college credits while at Coggins.
After graduation, we have students entering the workforce, attending state and community colleges, trade schools, as well as students going to schools such as UConn, Quinnipiac, WPI, Endicott, Amherst, the University of Alabama, Elon University, the University of Oklahoma, Western New England, and Villanova. Finally, we have 3 students who are graduating early. Bradford Dragon, who graduated this past winter, Sadie Carpentino, who completed her studies early, and Ariana Edinger, who completed her high school career in only 3 years. Please stand to be recognized.
Good job standing, Ariana.
Outside of the classroom, the class of 2025 has taken their skills and demonstrated leadership by applying their knowledge and expertise through real-world, hands-on extracurricular activities. Members of our senior class have
been named Mr. Cogenchog,
completed at the DECA International Career Development Conference,
earned the rank of Eagle Scout,
had 5 short stories published,
won the 2025 Shoreline Girls Basketball Championship,
traveled to Panama for the Unified Exchange Program,
internships,
struck out over 300 batters,
became the youngest intern in Connecticut General Assembly history,
hosted a debate tournament,
received a first place award for the Rain Dance Mental Health video at Hartford Hospital Institute of Living,
earned a first degree black belt,
placed first at the Guilford High School Cornhole Tournament,
earned the Think Award and qualified for New England's with the robotics team,
and attended the track and field Adidas Indoor Nationals.
Performing and Fine Arts. In our time at Cogenchog, the class of 2025 has excelled in visual and performing arts. We have fine-tuned our skills and thrived in numerous performances throughout the past 4 years. In the realm of performing and fine arts,
25 of our graduates tonight are a part of our music program. Within the past 4 years, our band and chorus departments have participated and won various divisional awards in the American School Band Directors Association Honors Band, the American Choral Directors Associated Honors Choir,
the Shoreline Music Festival, Southern Connecticut Regionals,
All-State Festival, and Festivals of Music, and NYC.
Over the past 4 years, our seniors have performed and have had major roles in the musicals Matilda, Emma, Bye Bye Birdie, and High School Musical.
Our bands and choir have also participated in several community events, including the football and basketball games pep band, the Memorial Day Parade,
the Christmas tree lighting, Durham Senior Citizen Center luncheons,
the Durham Fair, and other various community events.
Finally, students from the district, many from the class of 2023, have participated and have been recognized in the Shoreline Art Alliance, which connected art students through exhibiting artwork in the Future Choices Art Show, Scholastic Art Awards and Exhibit,
exhibiting art at the Durham Fair, exhibiting art at the Youth and Family Services Art Show, expressions of wellness. Seniors exhibited their artwork in the annual high school art show.
Athletics. Outside of the classroom, athletics build upon the fundamental principles our district strives to instill. They teach vital life lessons which serve as guidelines for citizenship and help mold athletes into the wonderful people they so often become. Our student athletes are the embodiment of sportsmanship, character, and leadership. In the realm of athletics,
49 of our graduating seniors received the varsity letter in their time at Cogenchug. 20 seniors received a letter in at least 2 sports, and 13 seniors received a letter in 3 sports. In their time at Cogenchug, our seniors have been part of 2 Shoreline championships and 1 state championship team. 15 seniors earned first or second all Shoreline honors, and 4 seniors earned all state honors. 4 seniors will continue their athletic careers in college. 1 student athlete signed with a prep school, 2 student athletes signed with Division III schools, and 1 student athlete signed with Division I schools.
In addition to their superior efforts on the field, our senior athletes are also accomplished scholars. We have 38 seniors who have earned the title of CRHS Scholar Athlete by making the honor roll while earning a varsity letter and maintaining a minimum GPA of 3.5. We have 9 seniors that have participated in 12 athletic seasons in their time at CRHS, 6 of whom were scholar athletes by maintaining a 3.5 GPA as recognized by their red and blue honor cords. And finally, we have 7 seniors that have earned the title of Shoreline Scholar Athlete by either being selected as first team All-League, an individual state champion, or a first team All-State selection by maintaining a 3.5 GPA.
Finally, 23 seniors participated in unified sports this academic year in a variety of activities such as soccer, basketball, volleyball, bowling, and track and field. Our leaders helped plan and participated and choose to include campaigns and pep rallies at both Coggins and Memorial School. Our Russian delegation of teachers visited this academic year to view what inclusion looks like in Coggins unified classes, and students participated in the outbound portion of a 2-way unified exchange between RSC 13 and Special Olympics Panama. Thank you, seniors, for embracing inclusion, leading by example, and making our world a better place for everyone to live in.
This year, we have 2 students who have achieved the same academic distinction and will share the honor of salutatorian. At this time, please welcome to the stage Paige Kalazewski, who will deliver the first salutatorian address. You guys got me, like I can't even...
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, and my fellow graduates. It is an honor to speak before you tonight and give one final message before we all go our separate ways. Now, I've struggled quite a bit trying to figure out what to say in this moment. Anyone who's talked to me in the past couple of weeks has gotten asked some version of any inspo for my grad speech or anything you'd want me to talk about. Every teacher, friend, and family member tried to come up with some ideas, some a little more helpful than others. I've been told everything, from talk about the ghost that supposedly lives in the Coggins auditorium to just ChatGPT it, which truthfully I came pretty close to doing. It wasn't until a couple of nights ago when I forced myself to sit down and actually write it that I realized the message I wanted to get across was standing right in front of me the whole time. Because through the process of stressing about this speech, I watched as my community of teachers and classmates rallied around me when I told them I needed help. As I saw them offer their support, I realized that they were the ones who I wanted to talk about. They were the ones I wanted to honor and appreciate, as they are the ones who have gotten us to this very stage. So, to the people sitting in this crowd, whether you taught us, coached us, sat next to us in class, or simply believed in us, you're the reason we made it. Now, as the class of 2025, we've had our fair shares of highs and lows. We've had Celsius-fueled nights, Common App deadlines, one too many tardies, and a senior prank that didn't quite go exactly as planned. But through it all, this community stuck together. We looked out for each other. We shared laughs, cries, gossip, and homework answers. We were never really alone, even at 2 a.m., when a late night, "you still locked in" text was the only thing keeping us going. This human connection and community support is what we are going to take with us on our next journey, and it is something that no ChatGPT or Snapchat AI is truly able to understand. So thank you. Thank you to my teachers for preparing me for my future. Thank you to my coaches, Mr. Ford and Miss Viggio, for pushing me past my breaking point even when I believed I didn't have anything left to give. Thank you to my teammates who cheered me on louder than I ever thought possible. Thank you to my friends for being the reason I want to come to school in the mornings.
Thank you to my parents and grandparents for picking me up when I'm down and being with me each step of the way. Thank you to my 3 amazing sisters for inspiring me every single day. And thank you to my graduating class of 2025. Even though many of us will be splitting up for the first time since kindergarten, the lessons, the memories, and the strength we've gained from each other will stay with us forever. Okay, don't worry, I'll wrap this up since we still have 1,000 more speeches to get to. But before I go, I'll leave you with some words from a very wise woman, Elle Woods. You must always have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself. Congratulations, class of 2025, we did it. Thank you.
Next, we invite Tessa Lucier to the stage to deliver the second of our salutatorian addresses. Please join me in welcoming Tessa.
Good evening, graduates, teachers, administrators, families, and friends. I think it's safe to say we have all been waiting for this moment for a long time. Me personally, since I was 13. We have all worked extremely hard to get here, whether that effort was poured into academics, athletics, clubs, or jobs. There's so much that happens during high school, and somewhere along the way, we learned to measure ourselves by numbers, how many A's we've earned, how many awards we've won, how many hours we spent studying. But I believe one crucial trait is not measured enough in this system: resilience, the ability to keep at it, whatever the challenge, and never stop trying. Because the truth is, you can be at the top of the class, the highest ranked, or the most decorated, but none of that matters much if you don't develop the ability and the desire to try. After 4 years at Cog&Chog, I'm most proud of who I've become. I've grown, not just in knowledge, but in self-awareness, self-belief, and resilience. Learning to live with yourself, to be kind to yourself, and understand your value outside of achievements, that's something we don't emphasize enough. In fact, I'm not here because I'm a genius, but because I've built something greater. I've built the traits that drive me forward from the inside: resilience, determination, belief in myself. Success in life isn't black and white. It's not always a diploma, a job offer, or a big paycheck. Those are real achievements, yes, but before any of that comes the quiet victories, the personal wins. Each time you try, you succeed. Each time you try again, you succeed. Every time you solve a problem, no matter how small or mundane, you succeed. Now, if you know me, I am very competitive. I've always been someone who sees things in terms of winning or losing, do or do not. But that mindset has developed into something deeper. It's given me what I call a winning mindset. Not because I always win, but because I never stop trying to. I take what life gives me, wins and losses, and I use them to propel me forward. I have faced challenges and failure throughout my whole life and will continue to, but I've learned that failure becomes a positive once you learn to fight it with resilience. I have found my own success because I played the game well. I focused on my mindset, my work ethic, my consistency. Anyone can do great things if they build a great foundation. You don't have to be born with brilliance. You just have to keep showing up for yourself. I am incredibly proud of the growth I've made, and I know there is more ahead. I truly believe that if we continue to develop our resilience, this kind of growth is possible for everyone. Everyone on this field has overcome something over the past 4 years. And the fact that we are sitting here together shows a common resilience. And I hope that as we stare into the unknown future together, each of us finds our personal definition of success and locks in. Lately, I've been watching a lot of tennis. The French Open just concluded last Sunday. Inside the main court in Paris, Court Philippe Chatrier, there's a quote that reads, "Victory belongs to the most tenacious." Reading this at the same time as my high school journey was coming to a close seemed fitting. I emerged victorious from my own 4-year match because I stayed tenacious, I stayed resilient, I kept going, and I'm still going. Lastly, I'd like to thank a few people for being there for me for the past 18 years. I'd like to thank my brother for always making me laugh. I'd like to thank my mom for keeping me afloat and being a good human. And I'd like to thank my dad for showing me how to be myself with strength and honor. Thank you. Good? Yeah, thanks. So good.
And now it is my great honor to introduce our valedictorian, Annika Liss. You got this.
Hi. I'd like to start off with some thank yous. Thank you so much to all the teachers I've had throughout my life. I don't have time to thank all of you individually, but know that I couldn't have made it this far without any of you. I especially want to thank Miss Blake for teaching me how to read and write, Mrs. Swantek for letting me use the advanced book cabinet, Mr. Mears for encouraging me to keep trying in 4th grade when it took me 2 months to get a sound out of my trumpet, Mrs. Z for making sure I had the room I needed to grow, Miss Storms for getting me excited about space, Miss Suchi for always supporting me, Mrs. Walsh for making me laugh and letting me work alone, and most of all, Mr. Bothamley for encouraging me to be ambitious and never saying no, even when my ideas are a little insane. Thank you to my music teachers, Susan Peak and Mrs. Oakley. You have both been such positive forces in my life. Thank you to all my friends. You guys mean the world to me. I especially want to thank Josie, Warda, Charity, Kylie, Alex, Ember, Emily, Ashley, Shiloh, Lindsay, and Brooke for voting for me for valedictorian. Wouldn't have made it here without you guys. Also, thank you to Annie for pulling up to our graduation. Thank you to the bands for their lovely rendition of Pomp and Circumstance, especially Bella, Grace, Jillian, and my sister Daphne. You guys sounded great. I also want to give a huge shout out to my parents for supporting me throughout my life, especially my mom, for driving me to school and music lessons, reading books to me every night when I was little, taking me to my first protest, supporting me in my writing career, grammar checking my essays, reminding me that I don't have to do everything, and the countless other things they do every day. I'm going to tell you all an old Jewish folktale. It's been a few years since I heard this story from someone who is actually familiar with the original source material, so keep in mind that I've taken some liberties along the way. Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there is a king and an advisor. Now, this advisor had not been doing too hot on his job performance reviews lately, and the king wasn't thrilled. However, the king also wasn't big on conflict, so he decided to command the advisor to find a ring that can make the happiest man on earth weep and the saddest man on earth smile before a year has passed, or else I will be forced to replace you with someone who can. An impossible task, of course. The king had no doubt the advisor would fail, and he'd never have to worry about whether to fire him again. The advisor set out at once, journeying far and wide to other kingdoms and other seas. But no one, not even the greatest heroes or the craftiest villains, could tell him where to find such a ring. Seasons passed, and before long, the advisor only had a month left before he had been ordered to return. He was far from home, empty-handed, so with a heavy heart, he started back towards his kingdom, deciding he would at least meet his fate with dignity. It was the day he was due to return, and the advisor had finally made it back to the capital. As he walked through the streets, he saw a few flyers for a flea market happening in the square. With nothing to lose, he decided to give his quest one last shot. Wandering through the stalls, he spotted one with an array of jewelry. He glanced over the selection, but nothing caught his eye. Suddenly, a little old lady popped up from behind the table. "Why, hello there, good sir," she said. "Is there anything I can help you with?" "Oh, I doubt it," the advisor sighed. "Try me," the old woman grinned. "I don't suppose you have a ring that can make the happiest man on earth weep and the saddest man on earth smile?" he asked. "I have just the thing," she exclaimed. She plucked a tarnished brass ring from the pile. The advisor examined it closely. His eyes widened, and then he smiled. He quickly paid the old woman and dashed off to the castle. He'd done it. He'd really done it. He skidded to a halt in the throne room. "My king," he knelt, "I have delivered what you have asked, a ring that can make the happiest man on earth weep and the saddest man on earth smile." Eyebrows raised, the king took the ring from the advisor's outstretched hand. Slowly, his eyebrows lowered, his mouth opened. A single tear escaped from a corner of his eye. Engraved on the ring were the words, "This too shall pass." I wanted to tell this story today because it's an important message to remember as we move into the next stage of our lives. There will be points in our lives where we feel hopeless, like nothing is ever going to get better, but that's not true. One way or another, this too shall pass. Likewise, enjoy the good times when they come. Live in the moment and appreciate what brings you joy, because as the great Taylor Swift says, "I just realized everything I have is someday gonna be gone." While the greater story of the universe may be outside our realm of control, never forget that you have agency. Your voice matters. If you don't like where your life is headed or where it is, it's never too late to change. Just like the advisor, even when it feels like there's nothing you can do, there is. The advisor chose to go to the flea market, knowing he probably wouldn't be successful. But he took that chance and saved his career. So put yourself out there, stand up for what you believe in, protect those you care about, vote in every election. Do what you think is right, because no one else is going to do it for you. I wish all the best to the class of 2025, and no matter where you are in life, just remember, this too shall pass. Thank you.
Next, it is my privilege to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Patricia Charles.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, town officials, Coggin-Chog colleagues, family members, and members of our community, and most importantly, the stars of the show, the class of 2025. Congratulations. It's such a joy to look at this sea of beautiful, smiling faces and adorned all in your graduation regalia. It's just wonderful. Can you believe how quickly these high school years have flown by? Today marks an exciting and perhaps slightly intimidating moment as you take your first steps out of Coggin-Chog, whether it's to college, to the military, or a career. This ceremony represents far more than crossing a stage and receiving a diploma. It's a symbol of growth, resilience, and achievement. These last few years have tested us all. Life became unpredictable, and certainly uncertainty became the norm. Yet here you are, you face those challenges, and you may have stumbled a time or two, but you stood back up and you moved forward. That resilience has prepared you to handle whatever comes next. You might have started the journey with uncertain steps, but today before me, I see confident, capable graduates ready for the world ahead. Your teachers and administrators are incredibly proud to have been part of that journey. Together, you've shared memories of activities, milestones, and meaningful relationships that brought you to this moment. As author Joyce Meyer once said, teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenge. That unique blend of challenge, encouragement, knowledge has shaped your ability to think critically, act creatively, and navigate complexity. These are skills that you will carry with you also. Graduation is an emotional moment for you, for your families, and all of us at Coginchaug. As you step out into this next chapter, don't forget to call home, because parents love that. And if you're in the area and you think about those wonderful teachers and mentors that come by the school, and say hi, because teachers like that too. We're filled with pride in all you've accomplished, for the excitement for what lies ahead, and the nostalgia as we reflect on your journey from those first steps into kindergarten with those giant backpacks on your back, strapped around you, to the confident strides that you take today. It's been a privilege to walk this path with you, even for this brief term as your interim superintendent. We all look forward to seeing where your path leads next, and we are confident that it will be somewhere extraordinary. Congratulations, class of 2025.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the next speaker chosen by the class of 2025, Alexis Noheimer. She will provide the commencement address.
Good evening, everyone, families, friends, and the class of 2025. Tonight is one of those moments that sneaks up on you. 4 years ago, we were both new at Coginchaug Regional High School. You as freshmen, and me as a new teacher. Now you're graduating, and I have 22 and a half more years to go. So if you need me, I'll be in room 212. When I look back on our time together, I'm filled with great memories. It's truly been an honor to teach you American citizenship, economics, global studies, and Western heritage. And although technically not a class, I want to take a moment to shout out anyone who came to visit me during X Block over the last few years. We've had our fair share of memorable moments, exploring the complexities of the Arab-Israeli conflict, diving into creative projects like the French Revolution's children's book, writing analytical research papers on the United Nations, and debating during Current Event Friday presentations. We've even had some fun along the way, whether it was battling during Current Event Trivia Fridays, playing categories before a long break, or painting romantic art. Beyond the laughter, I've truly appreciated the thoughtful moments, the Christmas cards, the Christmas song, the cookbook, and all the artwork that always brightened my day. Somehow we managed to blend a little chaos with a lot of learning, and through it all you've shown insight, creativity, and a great sense of humor. As many of you probably know, I like to play basketball. Over the years, I've read biographies by John Wooden, Mike Krzyzewski, and the great Pat Summitt. Their lessons have stayed with me, shaping me as an athlete, a student, and now as a teacher. But there's one coach whose words I think about frequently. Jimmy Valvano, the head coach of the NC State men's basketball team in the 1980s. In 1983, his team defied the odds, winning the NCAA Division I men's basketball title. And while that victory was remarkable, it's his ESPY speech given after he was diagnosed with cancer that truly resonates with me, and I hope speaks with you today. In that speech, he shared 3 essential things we should do every day. Number 1 is to laugh. Number 2 is to think, spend some time in thought. And number 3 is to have your emotions move you to tears. As you head off into the world, I encourage you to carry Jimmy V's 3 lessons with you. Laugh every day, even when life gets tough. Smile, and remember, fun is a choice. Think, take time to reflect on your journey. Learn from your experiences and never stop questioning. That's the social studies teacher in me. Please don't stop questioning. Put your phones down once in a while and truly live in the moment. Lastly, let your emotions move you, whether it's the joy of accomplishment, the challenge of growth, or the beauty of connection. Let these moments shape the person who you are becoming. As you leave high school behind and step into the next chapter of your life, remember this is only the beginning. Continue learning, growing, and pushing yourself to new heights. And as you do, please avoid the use of first person, second person, contractions, and rhetorical questions in your writing. Take time to write thank you notes, and do not forget to make a stop at your local library. Readers are leaders. So class of 2025, go out there, laugh, think, and feel. The world is waiting for you. Congratulations, and best of luck on all that is to come.
Next up, the moment we've all been waiting for. This will be the presentation of the diplomas to the class of 2025. This evening, I will be presenting our diplomas with Dr. Charles, our Superintendent of Schools, as well as Lindsay Dahlheimer, the Chair of the Board of Education. Katie Trainer, our Assistant Principal, will be reading the students' names.
Annika Lorelei Liss. Paige Catherine Kalazewski. Tessa Rose Lucier. Dylan Richard Abley. Shiloh Colomba Aceto. Eli Michael Aitken. Marissa Rosa Ingalls. Emily Rose Allen. Bryant Isaias Antunez Ruiz. Aiden Roberts Bailey. Tammy Lee Baker. Silas Tamminen Barrett. Mackenzie Lane Bearer. Josephine Ann Belial. Anthony Scott Bergeron. Hayden James Brady. Hannah Lynn Bugай. Gianna Isabel Caramanello. One name before you. Sadie Beth Carpentino. Andres Castillo. Ruby Pauline Chella. Morgan Gianna Cesario. Wasim Bilal Shatter. Colton Climby. Kieran Margaret Conway. Alexandra Hart Corona. William John DiCarlo. Anil Dewan. Rachel Dills. Scarlett Rose Doyle. Bradford Wesley Dragon. Brianna Marie Dreswy. Ariana Carmen Edinger. Graham Robert Edinger. Jaden Antoinette Fallon. Sophie Ann Farr. Keegan Andrew Ferretti. Liam Thomas Fitzpatrick. Will Anderson Fournier. Etta May Funk. Caleb Moses General. Brianna Rose Girardi. Angelina Christine Hanks. Ashley Rose Hebert. Yusha Hossein. Skylar Daniel Kazor. Declan Joseph Kelly. Ashley Marie Kiefsky. Haley Ann Kiefsky. Brooke Caitlin Conifal. Ethan Gabriel Cowell. Sophie Elizabeth Coolis. Lauren Nancy Curtin. Noah Cameron Lucien Levesque. Charlie May Lisak. Lindsay Leo. Kaden Grace Manzera. Addison Kate Martin. Jack Christopher Martin. Alexandra Marie McInvale. April Manessis. Ember Rose Merrill. Madison Lee Miller. Lily Marie Montemuro. Lillian Claire Montgomery. Hannah Elizabeth Nelson. Elizabeth Hadley Nick. Aiden Magnus Oswald. Hazel Catherine Palo Mack. Julia Ann Palo. Emily Elizabeth Parmalee. Estella Rose Perez. Nicholas Frank Piscatelli. Luke Robert Paternicki. Nico Anthony Prifitera. Brooke Danielle Quincy. Jason Raposo. Alec Julian Rodrigue. Devin Tristan Rojas. Isaiah Anthony Rosario. Jessica Therian Ryback. Joseph Edward Shack. Kylie Marie Shack. Natalia Marie Serrano Smith. Charity Hope Redate Skinner. Kaylin Kathleen Smalley. Brennan Jack Stopka. Ryan James Sullivan. Ashley Elizabeth Tarquino. Jack Gabriel Tobin. Tyler Joseph Ufferfilge. Joseph John Calamita. Liam David Ullman. Alexandra Jade Vestergaard. Kaysen Walden. Michael Francis Wamister. Thomas Allen Wamister. Isabel Paige Weisberg. Chase Hadley Willett. Cole Emerson Wright. Warda Mohamed Yahi. Matthew John Yale. Logan Samuel Young. Winifred Zhao. Elizabeth Renee Zito. As her name falls at the end of the alphabet, Elizabeth Zito has spent the last 12 years in district always being called last. In keeping with our traditions here at Coginchaug, Elizabeth will now be the first to address the graduating class of 2025.
Hi. Gonna keep this short and sweet. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. It's hard to look out on all of you and imagine that one day all our current high school plans and memories will soon become stories. And for some of us, we've accomplished things we never imagined we could. As you look around tonight, don't forget to acknowledge those who never stopped believing in you. Hold closely the people who stood by your side throughout your experience at Coginchaug. As much as we are all so different, I've grown to appreciate something about each and every one of you these past 4 years. We grew up together, watched each other get off our training wheels in preschool all the way to getting our license and going off to college. I hope we can all continue to have a bond that's unable to be broken. We are proof that it's not only possible, but it's not too late to conquer your fears, your hopes, and your dreams. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Don't leave without your diploma. Don't leave without your thanks. Nice job. Yep.
This morning, we asked our seniors to write down a goal for their futures. As their walk across the stage is now complete, it is important to plan for what comes next. According to a Harvard business study, those that write down their goals are 10 times more likely to accomplish those goals. But if you share your goals with those that you admire or those you look up to, you are 3 times more likely to accomplish them. Our graduates have those goals with them tonight, and if they care to, please ask them to share with you, the ones that have all helped them get to this moment. To the graduating class of 2025, it has been an honor and privilege to be your assistant principal, and on behalf of the administration at Coginchaug, congratulations and best wishes for the future. At this time, our chair of the Board of Education will join the president and vice president of our senior class for the presentation of the class of 2025.
Dr. Charles, the students before you have met all the state and district requirements for graduation. It is my honor as the chair of the Board of Education to formally present the Coginchaug Regional High School class of 2025.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Some days when your whole life's gonna change, you'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van in a small club.